Got it. The voice came like recording in progress. Got it. I hope everyone's had a beautiful day. Um, I thought I'd just start by talking a little bit about the context of the song that we're going to be doing, the theme of the season, the right to live in peace, in peach, in peaches. That would be good. Uh, the right to live in peace, el derecho de vivir en paz. And so, uh, essentially, it's Victor Jara is, yeah, impeach someone wrote. Victor Jara is the composer of the song that we're going to do. He was, just to get a quick show of hands or nods of people who are familiar with Victor Jara. Yeah, many of you and some of you are not. He was a Chilean actor, singer, uh, young person, I'm going to just put myself on gallery view because then I see you all instead of my face. Um, who was from the outskirts, the countryside of Chile, and his mother was very much an influence on his development as a musician. And as I study more and more about songwriters that I love, it's very interesting to see how important the mother was in particular. And so mother and also being out in nature very much influenced him. And he came to Santiago at a very heady time. There was like a promise in the 50s, in the 60s. There was a lot of upheaval in Latin America all around. The Cuban Revolution took place in 1959. And no matter what you think of it, for the people of most of the progressive people in Latin America, it was a shining example of how the a small country could stand up to the big colossus of the United States. And so there was a lot of hopes and dreams. And Chile had the chance to have a socialist, the first time in 1970, a socialist, democratically elected president. And so these various groups came together and in 1970 called the Unidad Popular, Popular Unity. And of course, everybody's got their opinions, right? So it was all these different, mostly leftist groups, but some were really far left and some were center left and some were kind of more moderate and left. And they came together and Salvador Allende won the election in 1970. And from that moment on, the US did everything in its power to undermine that regime, along with the wealthy Chilean elites, which is pretty much the formula of what happens in Latin America. And Victor Jara became, he was really an actor, but the Times called him to be a singer and to write. And he lived his life, his short life, singing these powerful songs to unions, to student groups, to workers. Um, I invite you to look him up on YouTube. There's a wonderful concert. You can hear him singing, which is really beautiful. And in 1973, of course, on September 11th, 1973, the coup, the military coup, sponsored by the CIA and the Chilean military, overthrew Salvador Allende. And people like Victor Jara were rounded up. Victor Jara was taken to Santiago Stadium. Which was the central stadium in the capital, and he was tortured. And it was like 3 days after the coup. He was tortured and he was assassinated there. And his widow, Joan Hata, who was a British dancer, she's still alive, and she has a lovely, amazing book about him. And because he really does, there are many, many figures in Nueva Canción, and he's one of the most well-known, internationally. But there are others too. So there is a biography of him if you want to read more. And there also is, if you get Netflix, there's an amazing documentary about the struggle for justice to bring his perpetrators, his killers to justice. Really powerful. documentary um, that Netflix came out with. I also did want to say that another person you might want to um, think about. We've done some of her songs, Gracias a la Vida, Thanks to Life. Violeta Parra, another Chilean, she was the generation before Victor Jara, and she was the one who got people like him to really say this is the kind of music we should be making. Um, and so which meant what kind of music is that? That the music is music that speaks to the reality that's relevant. Music that's relevant, that speaks to the reality at the moment, you know. And for the Chileans at that time, it was a big endeavor to kind of reclaim some of the lost rhythms and traditions in of the country. Um, just like in the U.S., there was a folk revival. I think that the title of the documentary is I think it's called "Death in the Stadium." If you look up Victor Jara or something like that, "Death in the Stadium," you will find it. Um, Someone asked that in the chat. So,
Massacre at the Stadium.
oh, Massacre at the Stadium. Okay,
Just
thank you.
looked it up.
Thank you, Diane. Great, good. Um, so because of all this upheaval and the politics of the time, just like now, artists were really trying to respond in a big way. And um, like the two of the ways were going back to their cultural roots, and kind of following the folk revival. There was a folk revival in the 60s and 50s, 60s, 70s in the U.S. too. Latin Americans took their cue from that as well, you know. And the music of Nueva Canción, of which Victor Jara is very much a part, is really a beautiful genre. It's very poetic, it's intellectual, it's direct, it's collaborative, collective, um, and it's transnational. And so I could go on and on about Nueva Canción. I'd be happy to talk more, maybe, if we want to have questions. But I think I'll turn to the song now so we can start learning it. And I'm going to start by just like sharing my screen with you, if I can get this to do what I want it to do. There we go. So oh, hang on. I'm just going to share the screen. And yeah, here it is. So the the thing is that in 2019 in Chile, well, starting really um, in the early part of the decade, even in like the you know about a decade before, there was great student uprising. Finally, the dictatorship in 1988 ended after all those years from 73 to 88. And but there was a big push to privatize everything, including education, and the students took to the streets, and there was massive protesting. And then in 2019, things kind of came to a head, and the people really spoke, really decided. And Victor's song, this song, "The Right to Live in Peace," became the cultural anthem of the moment. And it's a really, really powerful what happened. Like, it was sung everywhere in Chile. At one point there was a curfew because things were getting too out of hand, and people were singing it from their balconies. There was like 1,000 guitars playing it in a stadium. There were like pockets of people all over the world, singing solidarity with Chile. And the song was reworked and to bring some of the music up to date, and just so powerful. Um, the good news is that I mean that's one of the things I'm going to do this summer is really look into Chile, because right now they have one of the most progressive presidents. He's a 35-year-old guy that fought in the student protests. And one of my sheroes of the protest, Camila Vallejo, she's also in the Congress. So there's really great things happening in Chile. And um, I did want to bring up one more thing about it, because recently I heard a talk, and this woman was talking about how there's like a central square, and I thought of like the Columbus statue, you know, in downtown. I'll be singing a song about that later. Uh, but there's a kind of a central statue of some general, you know, and it became like this meeting spot in Santiago, in Chile. And the radicals kept painting it over and like making it all colorful and putting up all these different things. And then, you know, the powers that be would come in and they'd paint it white. And then the radicals would come in and they took it over again. And just like it went through all these iterations, you know, of people just kind of messing with the statue. This is our spot. No, you can't have that spot. This is our spot. You can't have that spot. I mean, it's just incredible, you know. And and it was nonviolent activism at its best, really. So um, now the the song, the way that we're going to be doing it is we're going to be doing a mashup of the original lyrics, the resurrected lyrics, and then the translated lyrics. Okay, so um, a little bit about the original. The Right to Live in Peace. Victor Jara wrote this in 1971, which, for those of you who are of a certain age, you will know that the Vietnam War was going on at that time. And Victor Jara called it one of his bandit songs about a bandido, about a bandit. And the bandit he was referring to was Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh, who was the leader of North Vietnam and who fought for so long to um, to free his country from imperialist rule. The French were there first for decades, and then the U.S. came in, and Ho Chi Minh, which is not his real name, he meant through many iterations. He was a true kind of liberation fighter from a very young age. He went through many iterations. Victor Jara talks of one story in particular where Ho Chi Minh spent 40 days submerged in water underground, because that was a way, a tactic of resistance was building for the Vietnamese, was building tunnels, you know, and living in tunnels so that they would avoid the bombardments, and they would, you know, organize underground, literally underground. and and finally, you know, the Vietnamese people freed themselves from colonial rule at the expense of so much loss and so much death. Millions of Vietnamese, you know, were killed. My brother, you know, is a Vietnam vet, so it really affected our family in a really big way. The reverberations of war, you know, they stretch, go far, 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 you know. So he wrote this song, and he says, you know, the right to live in peace, poet Ho Chi Minh. You know, you're from Vietnam, and you reach out to all humanity, but no cannon can ever erase the furrow of your your uh, your olive tree, or your rice paddy. You know, it's the right to live in peace, right? So in Indochina, that Indochina is the place so far away that they're blowing up the flower of with napalm and genocide. That's what the song's very powerful. But then he says, um, "It is peace that is our song." Here it is. It is peace for which we sing. This is kind of my translation, but it's pretty close to the original. It is peace for which we sing, the fire of pure loving. It is where the dove takes rest, the olive branch for the nest, the unifying bond, the universal song, the right to live in peace, el derecho de vivir en paz. Right. So that's the translation. And then this is what we'll be doing with the choir. So the first verse eh, is what I just was talking about. El derecho de vivir, poeta Ho Chi Minh, que golpea de Vietnam a toda la humanidad. Ningún cañón borrará el soplo de tu arrozal. Right? And then the third verse down, this one here, the right to live in peace without fear in our country, consciously in unity with all humanity. No gun can erase the seed that grows to an almond tree. This is from the reworked lyrics, but I translated it, so we'll sing the English part of this. And then we'll, all the stuff in bold we'll all sing together. And then these two, first verse and the second verse will be, hopefully people will want to sing a line or two um, of the Spanish. So if you want to, let me know, and let Allison know, and I would love for you to sing. I could teach you. The more voices, the better. All right. So I think what we're going to do for tonight um, is we're gonna learn this part here, because that will be what we'll sing, and then we can sing it in English. But let's do the Spanish first. So, um, how about if y'all, in a muted way, just oh, one thing about Spanish is that you definitely have to open your mouth, and you definitely have to kind of like that big sigh that Karen had us do before, that will be very helpful. So we'll start again. I always like to start with the vowels in Spanish, so that's what we'll do tonight. Okay, so we'll just say A, E, I, O, U. Everybody ready? Repeat after me. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Feel how your mouth really moves? A, E, I, O, U. Good. Uh-huh. All right. So let's try it. It is peace with which is our song. Es la paz nuestra canción. Es la paz nuestra canción. And you notice that the consonants, the S, the L, the P, the N, they're very subtle. So it's always about the vowels. If you can get the vowels down, the hardest one is this little critter here. For those of you who can see, or if you can hear it, the I is E, canción. And the good news is that you pronounce everything in Spanish and nothing really changes that much. So let's try it again. Es la paz nuestra canción. Es fuego, es fuego de puro, es fuego de puro amor. Amor. Now with the R also, think of a D, amor. Think of a D when you say the R, and that will help you a lot. Amor. Just give it a little D at the end. Like say D. D. Para ti. Amor. The D, yeah. Es palomo, palomar. Olivo del olivar. Es ser, canto, universal. Cadena que hará triunfar. El derecho de vivir en paz. Good. So let's do that line again. El derecho de vivir en paz. Nice. Good. So let me see. I'm going to just stop the share and just see how we can do it together. Well, do you want to see? Let me see. Do you want to see the words again, or do you want me to just do it by ear?
I think we should. I don't care.
See the words?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you should sing it through, so because some people haven't heard it.
Okay. Yep. Oops. Sorry. I'll go back. Here we go. All right. Okay. So I brought it up a little bit. We did it last time. I think it's going to be in C this time. I'm going to sing it slow. So. El derecho de vivir. And when I'm singing, I'm going to sing it through. And when you start hearing the melodies, hum along. Because we're going to be doing those la-las at the end anyway. Because it's a beautiful melody. El derecho de vivir. Poeta Ho Chi Minh, que golpea de Vietnam a toda la humanidad. Ningún cañón borrará el surco de tu arrozal, el derecho de vivir en paz. And you notice that comes around, that tagline at the end, so you can sing it over and over again. Indochina es el lugar más allá del ancho mar, donde revientan la flor con genocidio y napalm. La luna es una explosión que funde todo el clamor, el derecho de vivir en paz. Now everybody can try it with the English. The right to live in peace without fear in our country, consciously in unity with all humanity. No gun can erase the seed that grows to the almond tree, the right to live in peace. Let's try Es la Paz, Nuestra Canción. Let's try that. Ready? I'll sing it. Let's do it real slow. Es la paz nuestra canción, es la paz nuestra canción, es fuego de puro amor, es palomo, palomar, olivo del olivar, es canto universal, cadena que ha de triunfar, el derecho de vivir en paz. Good. Then the last verse. It is peace that is our song. Sorry. It is peace for which we sing. The fire of pure loving. It is where the dove takes rest. The olive branch for the nest. The unifying bond. The universal song. The rights to live in peace. El derecho de vivir en paz. El derecho de vivir en paz. One more time and go up on paz. El derecho de vivir en paz. Everybody together. La 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 al derecho de vivir en paz. The right to live in peace, the right to live in peace, the right to live in peace. El derecho de vivir en paz. El derecho de vivir en paz. Yeah. That's a song that they call in Spanish, they say it's pegajosa because it's very sticky, very catchy. So you can unmute for a minute. How'd you do?
You did well on the laws.
Oh, good. I think that's good for now. We'll have like just an idea. I was just going crazy because I love the original and
It's a
and then
great song.
yeah, it's such a great song. And I was like, let's choose a couple of verses in English and some in Spanish and we'll do a mashup.
I'm feeling it to sing for the anniversary dinner for my organization. If that's okay.
Yes, please,
I
please.
will, because people need to learn this song.
Oh, they do. It should be sung in every language,
Hmm.
Beautiful.
And this alto liked it better in a lower key.
Oops.
Hey, gotta
Oh, well, I can change it. I can change it for
well,
sure.
the sopranos probably like it higher,
Hmm.
It's the age-old thing.
Yep.
I'll split the difference.
We could start in one key and then go up or go down. Yeah.
Yeah, and there will be some harmony parts too.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we will I think it's good, really good to learn the melody first, and
Oh
then
yeah.
it really helps you find your harmony.
See, I would volunteer to sing a line, but that's like at the break between my chest and my head. And
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Good. You're down. You said it, you're
Uh-oh.
down. We'll change the
Uh-oh.
key for you.
Wow.
Excellent.
I
Thanks.
thought it was perfect in the range it was in.
Well, you're a soprano, so there you go.
I'll take it down. I'll take it down to a step, whole step. Yep, yep. Yeah, Mara says yo también. Okay, good. I know. All right, so I think that's probably good for now. I love the comments. Thank you. And there are there's some other progressive governments in Latin America too. So, and there's a real possibility of hopefully this in Colombia some change. Also in even though it's a very difficult time there. Um, and I love Karen Remley what you said about it kind of just because peace transcends everywhere because no nation every nation has its Nazis you know and so but every nation has its peacemakers and so that's what we need to ally with so I'm going to start with this song I mean it was there's a new song and I wrote it I was getting back to my Celtic roots I guess and I guess it is kind of um, a song about hope. But I was going to call it the Jim Crow, but then the name of it is called Go Ask Angela and it's kind of the title refers to Angela Davis, who's an amazing activist If you're not familiar with who she is, she's really powerful, brilliant uh, philosopher, professor, activist, written many, many books. And she talks so eloquently about prison abolition. And so this song is kind of, that's why it's called Go Ask Angela. Won't let go of the old Jim Crow, dum dum diddle dum day. They put Mumia on death row, dum dum diddle dum day. Fabricated evidence, white law on a mission, lies piled high over innocence, 40 years in prison. Framed for who he was and the color of his skin, dum dum diddle dum day. Oh, how many others treated just like him, dum dum diddle dum day. From Attica to Wounded Knee, the conqueror makes his way, oh, down through time's atrocities, back to present day. Oh, and the violence feeds on the guns and the fire, and reform is the fuel for the flame. Profits fly high and the barbed wire rises in the prison pipeline game. It'll all crack when we fight back and imagine another kind of nation. Unlock the cage of a violent age, and the key is education and reparation. Spirit can't be broken by bars or chains. Dum dum diddle dum tay. Oh, jail the body, but the mind remains. Dum dum diddle dum tay. It rises over the prison cell. The people's will is stronger. Time to ring the liberation bells and tear the walls asunder. Time to let go of the old Jim Crow. Dum dum diddle dum day. New or old, it's the same Jim Crow. Dum dum diddle dum day. Go ask Angela, she's the one who knows. Dum dum diddle dum day. So thank you. So I also wrote one about the Columbus statue, because I'm flabbergasted that that statue in Syracuse just has to just because a couple of people say, you know, the Chileans would tear that thing down. They would paint it. They would do all kinds of stuff to it. I'm just saying, because, you know, it's a fascist symbol. It needs to come down. And you know, so anyway, but the song is really about, because I teach Latin American stuff, not anymore, but I that's my last year, but I learned a lot about Columbus. And even by, you know, you look at historical figures and you're like, well, they're kind of a product of the historical time, right? And so there's a little bit of forgiveness. Even by historical standards, he was not a good person. He was jailed. He was he was sadistic. So the song's called Not a Good Man. Columbus was not a good man, as many might still believe. He raped, tortured, murdered, and took for wealth, for power, for greed. I can cite the documents, some written by his own hand, how with sword and gun and sacrament he stole indigenous land. crimes so brutal, the crown took him away in chains. But he gave Spain gold and riches, so they freed him anyway. His last years were spent seeking money for his crimes of cruelty, and he died not ever knowing the name of that land across the sea. I will not glorify someone who signifies such wrong. Destruction of the crops, forced labor for gold, dismemberment for sport, human bodies bought and sold. To amend the wounds of history, atonement must be made. To amend the shameful legacy is the only possible way. No, Columbus was not a good man, no matter what you believe. He raped, tortured, murdered, and took for wealth, for power, for greed. For wealth, for power, for greed. So goodbye, Columbus. Well, I thought that I would let's see. Oh, I don't know what time have we got. Oh, okay, we have a little time. I thought I would do this a song from that one of my favorite songs from the Nueva Canción tradition, and there's a part for you. And it says it's cambia. So try it. Cambia. Todo cambia. Yeah. So it's very funny because I actually was talking to a guy from Argentina, and which of the song is from Argentina. It's by Maria Elena Walsh, and it says the superficial changes, the profound changes, the ways of thinking change. Everything changes in this world. Um, the most fine diamond changes when if it moves from hand to hand, and the uh, the plant changes in the spring. You know, it springs forth. The elder, the hair changes. Um, Everything changes in this world. The pilgrim on their way, they change, even though it might cause them danger. But everything has to change. Everything changes in this world. Todo cambia. And then it says even the sun changes, in its as the night falls. And so I change too. I have to change, but my love never changes. My memory and the pain doesn't change, but I am changed because I am changed in this strange country, this far country. So the last verse is like killer verse because it's really about so many people who have had to, leave their country, to find another culture, to be thrown into a new space, and you have to change, and we accept the change, you know, and then we write songs about it. But I would sing this song, just know I couldn't even get through it a lot because it's just so powerful. So it says cambia, todo cambia, and that's your part. So it will be like cambia, todo cambia. Try that. Cambia, todo cambia. And then it goes cambia, todo cambia. Easy, just 2 words, okay? So here we go. Cambia lo superficial, cambia también lo profundo, cambia el modo de pensar, cambia todo en este mundo, cambia el clima con los años, cambia el pastor su rebaño, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Cambia el sol en su carrera, cuando la noche subsiste, cambia la planta y se viste de verde en la primavera, cambia el pelaje la fiera, cambia el pelo el anciano, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Here we go, cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia el más fino brillante, de mano en mano su brillo, cambia el nido el pajarillo, cambia el sentir un amante, cambia el rumbo el caminante, aunque este le cause daño, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Pero no cambia mi amor, por más lejos que me encuentre, ni el recuerdo ni el dolor de mi pueblo y de mi gente, y lo que cambió ayer tendrá que cambiar mañana, casi como cambio yo en esta tierra lejana. Ready? Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, cambia, todo cambia. Cambia, todo cambia. Yeah, I love that one. Let's see. Well, I got a couple more for you. I'm gonna do this one. Do I have time for a couple more? Yep. All right. So I'm gonna do this one because it's another one in Spanish, and then oh wait, am I gonna do that one? No, I'll do this one. I was gonna do that one, but I'm gonna do this one. it's an Abby Lincoln song, and I really love this song. And I wanted, because we lost a lot of people. We're losing a lot of people, and so I know that all of you have experienced this loss in this time, and not just people from COVID, just beloved, our beloveds. And my bass player, he died in 2020, as did my sister. And but he was a real genius, my bass player friend. And I asked him, one of the last things I did was ask him to transcribe this, the chords to this song by Abby Lincoln. And if you don't know who Abby Lincoln is, look her up. She's an amazing jazz singer, Martin Marsh. We should do with this song in the choir. It's so great. I love Abby. Anyway, and so it's called "Throw It Away," and you could sing "Throw It Away." throw it away. I want you to sing it, it's top of your lungs, So, and she, finding hope, right? So here we go, Abby Lincoln. I think about the life I live, figure made of clay, and think about the things I lost, things I gave away. And when I'm in a certain mood, I search the halls and look. One night I found these magic words in a magic book. Throw it away, throw it away. Live your life, give your love each and every day, and keep your head wide open. Let the sun shine through, 'cause you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. There's a hand that rocks the cradle, and a hand to help us stand, with a gentle kind of motion as it moves across the land. And the hands outstretched and open, gifts of life and love it brings. So keep your hand wide open if you needed anything. So throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Live your life. Live your life. Give your love. Give your love each and every day. Each and every day. Keep your hand. And keep your hand wide open. Let the sun shine through. 'Cause you can never lose a thing if it belonged to you. Throw it away, throw it away. Live your life, give your love each and every day, and keep your hand wide open. Let the sun shine through, 'cause you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. No, you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. I love that song. It's a good one. All right. So, well, I'm gonna let you decide. I do one more because I think that we're running out of time. Spanish or English?
Spanish.
Spanish. All right. Good, because I'm gonna. Thank you, because I am gonna do this song. This is because I didn't. So a few years back, in 2019, I lost a dear colleague, friend, Norma Helsper. She was a wonderful Latin Americanist and gringa like me, and she was great. She loved storytelling, and she died of cancer. And before, just days before she died, because we visited her quite a bit, she said, "Colleen, I want you to learn this song and sing it at my funeral." So we haven't had that yet, but I want to. It's another beautiful song from Cuba, by Silvio Rodriguez, and it's called "I Give You a Song." Te doy una canción, and it's oh God, it says, I waste so much paper writing about you. You know, you you keep me, you make me speak in silence. um, you always make me feel like I want to do something, and I give you a song when you appear in the mystery of love, and even if you don't appear, I give you a song. People say I waste my time, but they don't know you, they don't feel you, so I'm just going to keep giving you a song. I'm giving you a song, and I'd give a speech about my right to speak. I give you a song like I give my hands, like I give a shot, like I give a book, a word, like I give love. And so this is the song. I was like, cause Silvio, he's got the guitars. Like I was a little bit daunted, but I got the chords, so that's all that counts. All right, how's it go? Oh. Como gasto papeles recordándote, como me haces hablar en el silencio, como no te me quitas de las ganas, aunque nadie me vea nunca contigo, y como pasa el tiempo, que de pronto son años sin pasar tú por mí detenida. Te doy una canción cuando apareces en el misterio del amor. Te doy una canción de madrugada cuando más quiero tu luz. Te doy una canción cuando apareces en el misterio del amor. Y si no apareces, no me importa, yo te doy una canción. Si miro un poco afuera, me detengo, la ciudad se derrumba y yo cantando, la gente que me odia y que me quiere, no me va a perdonar que me distraiga. Creen que lo digo todo, que me juegan la vida, porque no te conocen ni te sienten. Te doy una canción y hago un discurso sobre mi derecho a hablar. Te doy una canción con mis dos manos, con las mismas de matar. Te doy una canción y digo patria, y sigo hablando para ti. Te doy una canción como un disparo, como un libro, una palabra, una guerrilla, como doy el amor. So I give you a song. Silvio Rodriguez. Look, oh, he's such an amazing writer and songwriter. Thanks everybody for listening.
I get why you were intimidated though. Oh my God. That's a lot of work to learn that song.